Greetings, everyone. We are here. This is going to be game number 3 in the semifinals, or the second semifinal of the Canadian StarCraft League. We're going to be watching an amazing game. It is going to be Everize, the Terran player in the bottom left, going up against Noctis, the Protoss player in the top left. You'll see that the map is Tal'Darim Altar, which is a very, very solid map. You'll notice that if you look at the third base, it is going to be Tal'Darim Altar LE, the Blizzard ladder version of Tal'Darim Altar that has the double gas and the rocks blocking the third base, as opposed to the GSL Tal'Darim Altar that was just released. It does not have the rocks, and it does not have the second gas or these 3 or 4 other mineral patches to make it a little bit of a less juicy expansion. It is very easy to take, so there's a lot of 3 base possibilities that can happen on that map. Now, we're going to see if these players decide to utilize that third base, if they can take out the rocks in time and go for a fast, economic gameplay, or if Noctis is going to be able to overcome this 2-0 deficit that he has now taken in order to actually take the next game and possibly the next 3 off of Everize in order to try and come back in the semifinals to reach the finals of this Canadian Star League preliminary qualifier. Now, I just want to note that these guys, just by getting the semifinals, have already qualified for the main Star League that will be being held. Now, these guys are very, very, very strong players. Noctis did the most beautiful recovery to a 4-gate that I've ever seen, with just making sure that Everize, even though he had that second orbital command so quickly, just was never able to actually leave his base in order to really take his natural expansion like he would want to. Just having the threat of force fields on that Metalopolis map is just so key that Noctis did a great follow-up, but unfortunately it was not enough, as he is now down 0-2. But we're going to be able to progress in this matchup and really see what's going to do for this third game. Whether he's going to try and 1-gate fast expand like he did in the last game or not remains to be seen, but it is definitely a beautiful opportunity for him, because this map is so large that a 1-gate fast expand is a very strong choice for him. And he's actually going to be lucky enough to scout first, but Everize blocked it off with this supply depot. So it looks like Noctis is going to go ahead and start attacking this SUV that is actually vulnerable. And it's actually Path is going to be a little bit worrisome for him, but it looks like Noctis is trying to escape. Everize manages to take down that probe, which is actually a very strong show of micro in the fact that Marines move at 2.25 speed, while if you look at probes, they actually move faster than that with 2.81. So to be able to have Marine micro to shoot enough to kill that probe is actually a pretty cool indicator of the fact that you have a good knowledge of how to control your units. So here we have Noctis going for a Stalker. Looks like it's actually a Stalker first, if I'm right. Yes, a Stalker first from him. No initial Zealot, so he could be going for a greedy fast expand, but so is Everize. Everize does not have a single gas in his arsenal, and he's going to go ahead and do a 1 Rax, no gas, fast expand. Beautiful build for Tal'Darim Altar. It's a very large map. Unfortunately for him, though, he's actually scouting last. He has not seen anything from Monsieur Noctis quite yet, and Noctis has actually gone for a really greedy expansion of his own. Just go for the 1-gate expand after a single Stalker. He's going to want to actually shut down the scouting from this initial SCV. It actually has taken down 10 hits, 10 hit points, which is great, because that means the Stalker will actually be able to kill it in 4 hits as opposed to 5, which will make it easier to kill before it actually scouts the expansion. We're here seeing the Stalker. Will it actually realize that that's happening? Yes. Will it actually fall before? Will it actually fall? There's a little miss micro with the stutter stepping in. Oh no, Everize does see the expansion. It's unfortunate. Noctis had a great opportunity to actually shut down that scout, but instead the scout goes in and sees everything important. Looking at Everize's vision, he has not seen any of the buildings, but still doesn't matter. He knows the fast expansion happened. He might be able to look at the timer of that and realize that it was a 1-gate fast expand, and he might actually be able to shut it down if he wants to. His command center is faster, but not by much. Seeing back here, we're seeing 6 Marines, which is a fair bit of DPS for this point, but there are no bunkers, and really he doesn't need bunkers because of the fact that Noctis went for this fast expansion means that he can't go for a ton of aggression. So perfect read in not throwing down premature bunkers, but all these Stalkers are going to try and poke the front, but Everize with a perfect position on this ramp is going to mean that really Noctis can't push up and get vision until he gets up to here, which means that these Marines are going to be able to just destroy the Stalkers where they have a hope of doing anything else. The Stalker does have 1 kill, but that was just an SCV. 1 unit killed for both players, and there is a worker for both players. So now Everize is getting an even stronger Marine count, and this could actually really punish those Stalkers, but no, Stalker does get up his shields in time to actually not lose any real damage. They're just going to go ahead and retreat. They know it was purely actually just Marines, so he might actually go ahead and assume Marine fast expand, which is a very strong possibility as he's only seen this initial couple units. So you're actually seeing these Marines move out, and the Stalkers are going to do a few hit points of damage against one of the Marines, but not dying quite yet. Now we have 4 Stalkers on the field, managing to kill off 1 Marine, and using their increased speed as well as range of the Marines to actually micro this efficiently. It looks like Everize actually brought a few SCVs. He wanted a little bit of aggression with the SCV support, but that will not be the case. Oh, imagine if that beta patch had actually not been implemented where the SCVs actually had another 15 hit points. Imagine all those all-ins that were just ridiculous that you've lost to, how much more stronger they would be. But that's just a funny note. And now, oh, missed micro from Noctis to allow actually 2 Stalkers to fall. Ooh, not able to do ton of damage to Everize, and Everize definitely came out on top on that battle. Units lost is now evened out in terms of resources, but really, it's very much in favor of Everize. Killing off those Stalkers is very, very strong for him. But now Noctis is still continuing to produce a ton of Stalkers. Look, he's actually going to be seen by Everize. Looks like Everize actually want to actually press this attack, and there's Noctis go ahead and retreat. Looks like he actually manages to save this Stalker without taking any actually hit points of damage, but he's going to have to micro this away. 1 Zealot's going to be up, but this is a large force of Everize. A lot of Marines are there. Probes are being pulled and decimated, and now all these Stalkers are actually in a great position. Guardian Shield with the Sentry's beautiful move, but Everize is microing this fairly well, utilizing these Marines to the maximum point, but he's lost a lot of Marines. Now we're seeing more Zealots being pulled in, and Noctis with a beautiful pull away of the Stalker that had actually been targeted by Everize. Now Everize actually took a fair bit of damage. That was a huge investment with all those Marines. It just not seem to pay off. He's now down 10 food as Noctis is going to run around and see this fast expansion. And look at the unit station. We do see 37 SCVs of 32 probes. So it seems that Noctis has been cutting probes to get out as much of an army as he can. Great position of this piling. We have the warping units at the top, and there are no units inside this bunker quite yet. Looks like it's going to actually be sniped down fairly soon, and the Marauder is going to go down. Next Marauder actually could go down as well. Looks like they try to get into the bunker, but there's no room in the bunker. Looks like the SCVs are there. Now we're seeing Zealots, but it looks like with his pilot coming in, it could easily be Noctis going for a repositioning, and now it's just actually targeting down targeting down the SCVs with this 1 Marauder and an SCV's clogging the hole as opposed to another Marauder. That's so bad for Everize. I thought there was a Marine in there, so he could actually be doing damage with that, but really, this SCV is a big mistake. If that was another Marauder, these Stalkers would be taking a lot more damage, but instead, Noctis is destroying the Marauders of Everize really efficiently. And other to the fact that this Marauder is actually attacking the Zealots, and it's so bad. But more, now he realizes a mistake and pulls out the Sentry, but that Marauder goes down. Now we're having some supplying vision for this pounding force. Now you even have a Mortal in the mix. Oh, perfect unit for the situation. You can just run in and destroy everything very quickly. Pure Marauders really coming out for Everize. 1 reactor barracks is there producing Marines, but in all honesty, this is looking bad for Everize. It looks like Noctis even getting a proxy pylon inside the base. A lot of SCVs are going down, but this Immortal is actually targeting down the supply depots. This supply is actually being repaired by Everize in the midst of all this. Great multitasking in terms of controlling this battle, but this is really going to be in Noctis' favor as this Immortal is there. 4 kills, getting targeted down, 5 kills, and oh my god, Noctis is definitely looking solid. Everize was not able to lift up the supply depot, but he is looking strong. As he's on auto repairs, really was actually helping him repair everything, and all. Ooh, Noctis is continuing under pressure, but so much is taken out. 9 SCVs are left. That is it. You see the units lost tab is really in favor of Noctis. Continue to warp in units too. All these SCVs that are just left, oh god, they're starting to get picked off too. SCV count is now down to 6. This refinery is going to go down. Looks like this orbital command is now going to start taking some hits. Mules and everything got pulled off. Looks like Everize is going to stim his units and start taking down this army, which could be enough to take down these initial units, but Noctis is going to continue to warp in more units, and every stim means less health for Everize's units. Zealots are now in the mix too, so they're going to be able to do a lot of damage, but Everize is going to go ahead and GG. So Noctis has done what Hasu was not able to, and Noctis is going to go ahead and win a game. So now going to be 2-1 for Everize. Move on to game number 4. Thank you for watching.